Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and if you can tell by my card share, I had a busy night last night. I did 7 cards last night, and I have this extra to show you. That's from the BB's Hummingbirds collection. Look at this. This is a combination of the new Hexi-Gems Collection, the Glimmer Cardfront Sentiments Collection, and even a touch of the new Simon Hurley Photosynthesis Collection. Aren't you loving it? Just had so much fun, and I made all of these in one sitting, and it didn't take me long because everything here is an accent. The only thing that may have taken me some time was the stenciling. Alrighty crafters, let's get into this video. Let's look at the fun and excitement. Let's get started. So first up, I have all these extra goodies because I wanted to show you how this little neutral card is just so good. This is like my by far favorite. This is a 5x7 card. I was playing with the Hello Blooms stencil set. In yesterday's video, which I will link here, I said to you this is a stencil and die bundle. That is actually one option. Option 2, stencil only. This is an oversized stencil. It comes with 4 quadrants. I introduced this yesterday. That's quadrant 1. There is a number marked right here. Let me see if I can bring it up close and you guys can see. I have my finger behind it. Number 1. So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. And you just move in that space. Really, really easy stencil to work with. Super easy to clean. Isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel to clean it. So now this card was absolutely inspired by my love of purple and using this stencil. And I pulled out some Gina K inks. I'm just loving this cool colorway. It's like cool purple, pink with the greens. And then on the back, I was like, what can I house this beautiful stencil image that I did cut out with the coordinating die? I didn't use the hello. I did use something else. I ink blended all of this. You can use any inks you have. Oxide, dye inks. I went with dye inks. I think this is just so loving the colorway. Then I said, okay, I need to house it on something. And I talked about it yesterday too. Essential Hexi-Gems. You see how if I had just put this on top of that, it would have been nice, I guess, but you notice how the essential shape gives it that finishing touch and bumps it up. Remember I said these will take you from I don't know where I'm going to finishing a card. Here's the example of that. So I did this and then I was like, what am I going to do? Pull this out. I pulled out the largest one, put it on there. And so these two are like a match made in heaven. This can be on an A2 card. A2 card would be around right here. So this whole thing will fit on an A2 card. But I wanted to enjoy the embossing folder. Because I went and thumbed through my embossing folder stash, I came up with tiled reflection. See how the shape of the Hexi-Gem matches almost like this? I think these work very well together. And even the Hello Blooms here works with this as well. Oh, you know, I was just like, oh yes, oh yes. 2 different collections. Happy, happy. And then this was just like the icing on the cake. And I used like a bright white cardstock, brought this card down to a 5x7. This is an oversized embossing folder, 3D embossing folder. You would use your universal plate system, 5.5 inch wide, 8.5 inch tall. And then the only other thing I did was, what should I use for the sentiment? I was going to put the hello, but I wanted to still enjoy my flowers. So I came up with also new Hexi-Gems Sentiments hot foil plate. This will be actually this, and this. All 3 items outside of this embossing folder will be part of that Glimmer Workshop tomorrow. Sidebar time. Glimmer Workshop Saturday. It's a free online live event that you can watch tomorrow. Treat yourself a Mother's Day if you've been wanting to know about all things Glimmer. 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Just watch and then you can get to ask all your questions and follow along. I will definitely be there with my TV on, streaming the live event, and then have my Glimmer machine here, my die cut machine here, and then a bunch of Glimmer plates. This is one of the sets if you bought that main class kit. This and this is in the main class kit. That's in the advanced class kit. But look at them together. So I ran the Hexi-Gems and then I chose Hello Friend. I have a whole bunch of sentiments here. This card is so neutral. I think it can work. And that's why I brought those others too. This card is so neutral. It can work with thinking of you. Thanks so much. Let's go a different colorway. Thinking of you. You see how it's just working? And this little thing right here works so easy. And most definitely is fabulous for a birthday card. So let's say I have it right now dedicated as Hello Friend, but I need in a quick pinch a birthday card. I could just stick this right on top of that and I'm done. Don't you love it? So I have a whole bunch of these Hexi-Gem Sentiments. Guys, so let me show you where we can go a little bit further with this. This is finished off with silver mixed gems. Oh, I just love the gems with this. The silver mixed gems with this colorway. And I pulled out one of my favorite, birthday unboxing. I also pulled out another one I thought about. Like, I did navy cardstock with white opaque. That could work because I think this has a whole blue colorway. I also pulled out Simon's New. Look at that one. Thank you. This is from the Must-Have Sentiments Glimmer Hot Foil Plate. I just showed you this from Simon Hurley's Photosynthesis Collection. You could take out the fishtail and just leave it like that. Isn't that pretty? Also, coming up this weekend, I know it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Happy Parents' Day if you guys picked this up. I was thinking with the fishtail banner and this, the cool colorway and the grays in this, it could possibly work for Father's Day. Love this little set and it's still on sale at Spellbinders. Happy Parents' Day. It's not available everywhere. That's why you only see that I listed at one place because that's basically where I could find it. This is a great little sentiment set. Both Mother's Day and Father's Day with the coordinating die. If you're getting new into Glimmer, add this one to your stash, pull her out every year. But I think it works for Father's Day too. Isn't that cute? Opaque black hot foil roll. What you're seeing here is a lot of opaque black and this is opaque white hot foil roll. Love, 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 love. And my other favorite that I showed you that birthday, this is birthday unboxing. I have a few sets of this. I love it that much. So that is card number 1. Nice 5x7. I love how this whole card was inspired by this stencil. Hello Blooms. Really, really nice set. If you are interested in the stencil, I would go with the combo because that coordinating die is just like, oh yeah. Not a bad price point for either as well. All right, next, keeping this beside it because I decided to also try this version where you stencil on top of something. And this something is one of the Glimmer Cardfront Sentiments. This one is all my favorite things. And I changed the colorway. Again, still Gina K ink. And I will link Gina K ink below. I use the ink cubes. I don't get the full ink pads. But I love how her inks blend. This is the all my favorite things in the opaque black hot foil roll on an A2 base. And then stenciled on top. Finished off with some green gems. Aren't you loving it? Look at that. So if you get the stencil only, you can definitely go like this. If you don't have this, but you still want to get the stencil and put something across it. Let's go with, let's pretend that there's nothing else here, but you could just go like that without the writing and just have the stencil image. But if you want to pop it up like here, then you would need the die, or you could fussy cut, but see how the die is getting into all those little nooks and crannies and is very smooth? Yeah, not a bad price point. And you get another die in here too. You get that hello, which is nice too. So that is 2 versions of the stencil. I do have one more blank card. This card is full of hugs. It's called Card is Full of Hugs. I am going to stencil one more on top in a different colorway. I'm going to go a little bit lighter on this one. I just want to see how it works if I go a little bit lighter with this. But aren't you loving the hello blooms? Hello. Yeah, winner. At first I was like, oh, it's a stencil. Then it was so easy to use and then it die cut like a dream. Oh. Happy. Up next, this is the Best Wishes on Your Birthday Glimmer Cardfront. Love. Now with this Glimmer Cardfront, because of the sizing of it, you get a lot of open space here, open space here. On this one, at the bottom with the Hexi-Gems Sentiments. I chose Thinking of You. And then I had room on both cards to play. Ooh, love that. Sidebar. All these Glimmer Cardfront Sentiment hot foil plates work like a dream. You see how it's looking like it's centered? I did not measure this thing out when I put it on all these little A2 panels. And this is a A2 card base. I just took a A2 card panel because I'm using Hammermill cardstock here. Showed you yesterday that you can get 4 A2 panels out of one sheet of paper. I just eyeballed it. Even with the foil on, I still eyeballed it and then ran it through. That easy on all of them. I did not take a ruler and do all of this like it's 1 inch here, 1 inch here. I have to scoot it over there. I didn't do all of that. Normally I would, but I didn't do it. And, you know, just looking at it, doesn't it look straight? Seriously. I was like, oh, this thing is easy to use. I eyeballed it. I mean, if you're always going to be lean, then yes. Pull out a ruler, preferably one with a grid here like the Tim Holtz ruler, and then you line it up properly, and you can do the hinge method. They'll show you the hinge method in the Glimmer workshop. I'm not great at the hinge method. I just popped it on here with a piece of foil, glimmer it and all that, and worked out just fine, easy peasy. So this is just going for it. If you look at it real close, see how this is just a little bit higher than that one? Because I just put it on. But it looks pretty straight though, doesn't it? 2 thumbs up again. Yes, this is a thumbs up video. So on this one, I did magenta hot foil roll, opaque white hot foil roll, those balloons which are giving life. And I realized this when I showed you the large die of the month. This is a Kit Club item. You can only purchase it at Spellbinders. This is the large die of the month for this month. So if you want to get in on that club, because this month is like the birthday kit club anyway, still available, everything. Small die, large die, glimmer, quick cards, stitching die, everything is all birthday fun. Even the clear stamp is there. So I'll link the kit club below. But this little set from the large die of the month, I did not show you the strings. Here are the strings with the balloons, just having fun. And look at it on this. First time I showed you, I did it this way, the traditional way with the banner, with the sentiments, but you could just take out elements out of it and have fun. So here's the balloon. This one is a more primary color. Look at it there. Love. So using these card fronts is very quick card making because, like I said, I made 7 cards. Yeah. The only thing that took me time, the stenciling. Everything else was like done. Love that. And these glimmer very easily. Best wishes on your birthday, balloon. This is glitter cardstock for the tails in silver. But I'm keeping this close by because it makes another appearance in card number 2. The florals are in this one as well. Not all of it, but enough of it. Same sentiment, completely different look. First one, we have balloons. Second one, I have this from Simon Hurley's new release. I'll link his video here. Photosynthesis. He has this modern stripes hot foil plate. I'm not known to be like super straight on a card when I'm glimmering with something like this. So I just took the sheet of paper, lay them out and glimmer it. What I did was, after I had the panel done, I just cut that little section. I used this one and this one and cut one section, and then trim it down to 4 1/4 inch wide. Put it on the bottom and the top. I think it looks fabulous. This is all in the satin metallic hot foil roll. So you could use his modern stripes within his collections with the florals and all the good stuff. You could also use it here. You could take it into other things. You could use it coming back into this set as well. Love that. Then I decided, okay, now I have my top and bottom and my sentiment. I wanted a little fun, so I went into some florals. That comes back into balloons and birthday wishes, large die of the month. And also, I shot my floral stash and pulled out this one, umbrella blooms. Remember umbrella blooms? I wanted the sprig. I took some little florals, but these parts, that's all from the large die of the month. So love how this card turned out. Finished it off with some green gems. Telling you, these green gems, especially when you're doing things like garden, plants, etc. If you bought that Country Road collection, I will link that video here as well. That's the new collection. The Get It All bundle at Spellbinders for the Country Road collection is sold out. But scrapbook.com has it in stock. Hint, hint. If you want to get it, it's really good. But if you're doing Country Road, etc., these green gems are a beautiful colorway. You see how it's just framing the card nicely? I tell you, don't discount these green gems. That's like my other favorite, especially when you're doing foliage. Love. Love. Next card. A giant thank you. I was going for all things magenta and pink and fun. The sentiment is satin metallics, a giant thank you. The florals shown here are from the mini Blooms and Sprigs. What you're seeing here on my example, you're not going to get this much. This is 3 sets of mini Blooms and Sprigs. 3 sets all at one time. So this was super easy to do. Put 3 of that, had that done, 3 of this, etc. The smaller one here, that's in this. And then some of these leaves, I put the 3 down and run it through just for my sanity. This has a low price point. She's fabulous. Just some little flowers, and then finished it off with some gold mixed gems. Why gold mixed gems? To come back into that colorway. Isn't that cute? Just a nice simple card. And the beautiful thing about these clean cards, if you decide to get maybe 1 or 2, give 1 or 2 a try. You don't have to get the whole collection, but when you play with it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is really nice. They are very flat. So for mailing it, even with this, it's still like a sliver. They are not 3-dimensional crazy cards. Look at that. Okay, so you can definitely get something done quickly and save money at the same time. I'm loving these things. This card front. So this one I trimmed down to 4 by 5 1/4 inch. And then put the A2 base in that magenta pink color from my stash. Love. Isn't that pretty? So this would be great too on the birthday. I wouldn't do this in pink though here with the same. It would be too much of the same. Unless the recipient. I always think about the recipient. If the recipient wears hot pink all the time, every single thing she has, her purse, her shoes, her clothes, then you do the whole card in pink. Just go for it. You know what I mean? Next. This now, I didn't get to finish. I don't have it on a card base, but I do have my card base ready. I just wanted to show you that you could also have a bunch of these done. Stack them in a little box. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, just have them ready to go. Something comes up, you pull it out. You could even have it pre-decorated. So this is like what I did yesterday. Just pull out one, pre-decorate. Pull out another one, decorate. Pull out another one, decorate. Or even go with the stencil. Still decorating, just a different style of decorating. Then you have your A2 card base. You stick it on your card base and card ready to go. This is a great set. And I said it yesterday that if you wanted to give a box of cards to a friend, you could make a bunch of these very quickly. You could give them to a few coworkers, like a whole box of cards, 10 cards or so. Give them a few of the birthday, give them a few of the thank you. You're done. You don't have to go out and buy everybody a $40 gift, etc. if you already have this set. And this is using scraps of paper. Now let's talk about this colorway. Again, satin metallics hot foil roll on the little card Big Hello card front, hot foil plate. And this one will be in the advanced workshop tomorrow. So on this one, I came back with a colorway that I told you guys about the other day, but I now want to show you the example because I'm loving how it worked here, especially that new color at Spellbinders, Latte. Because normally I would do this in green, but I don't know, I was in a mood and something said, go with that latte color, and I am loving it with that brown leaf and stem and etc. So let's talk about this color. Spellbinders new color, Latte. Love, there it is, Latte. That's on the leaves. Oh, coming back to this, we're back here again. Large die of the month. You notice how you're not even seeing the banner. You can play with this thing. Up here is just so good, and down here is so good. And the balloon strings, you have so much fun play and opportunity in this large die right here. Love it. Large die of the month. Like I said, this will not be sold anywhere else but Spellbinders. So here is just taking out just this little area and playing and die cutting and layering up. Latte. Then Dahlia. And I keep my cardstock in their original packaging. I have like a little Ziploc bag with one sheet of each, and I'll cut a little section, put the die on. So that's why I still have all this packaging. I don't just pull out the whole pack. You get 10 sheets in a pack, but you can get a lot of mileage out of these if you use them in these sizes. Once you start using them as a full card base, then of course you're going to go through this quickly, but you do you. Next, another color I've also been mentioning lately, Waterfall. Love Waterfall. Look at Waterfall. Isn't she pretty with the dahlia? Also, beeswax. You'll be seeing this color combination from me again with the latte too, because I'm liking how it's like pretty combo with a spot of white. When I mentioned it to you, I was going from here. So you could say that this previous card, when I use latte in the back, this is Country Road Collection with the waterfall here. This is Portobello. This inspired me over here. I loved this colorway so much. I have now brought it here. But look how it's the same colors, but look how it's like, wow, right? And I had both Dahlia out because she's in here. And I also had the beeswax because it's in the back there. So this is Country Road Collection. Aren't you loving it here? You could make a few of these or just have a few die cuts and then you just tuck and go, tuck and go. I did put a little bit of gold mix gems right here because to come back to that colorway, but you don't have to put any gems on the rest of the card too. So you can really get these going. These are not a bad price point either for just one hot foil plate. Get the sentiment that you'll use the most or that you want to use to make gifts and it would be great. Last card will be buy me craft supplies and call me pretty. I love that so much. I guess you could give this card to your husband. And then on the inside, hint, hint. It's called Buy Me Craft Supplies. So I use the cobalt blue hot foil plate. And then on here, this is a die set that I've had for a while. Never used it. And I just wanted to try something different. The Daisy Delight Garden Shutters A2 card base. What a name. I'll just put Daisy Delight Garden die set, okay? This is designed by Becca Feakin. It is a interactive card. You can have it pop up and reveal happy birthday to you, etc. But I loved the daisies on it. So I just did some ink blending again. This now is with Distress Oxide. And I just put some of these little daisies on the four corners. A little bit of gold mix gems. And I have this card done. Yay. So I have a crop coming up soon. And I would make a bunch of these. I would go with this, but I think I like this one. I would go with this one. That's the mood I'm in. I could do a few of this style with the same sentiment. You see the fun play and range with this? And one last card, but this is from BB's Hummingbird collection. This is the Hummingbird Build-A-Scene stamp and die set. 3 hummingbirds. You get this layering piece. You could do stamp grass, stamp these out, and then you put that leaf on top. You stamp this, you put that on top. It's like a little layering stamp. Super cute, high quality photopolymer stamps. And I use a stencil from my stash and did some ink blending. This is also on a A2 card base with a little bit of a black outline. I colored these cute hummingbirds with my Olo markers, and then I stamped Your Kindness Means Everything to Me. That is from BB's Sentiments. I'll put the name here on the screen. I didn't bring it with me, but I did stamp that there with the hummingbirds. Finished it off with some crystal mixed gems. Cute. Okay, crafters. So in summary, I have 8 cards here. I made 7 yesterday, and then I also had this one that I wanted to share with you from BB's Hummingbird. Everything will be linked below. This is just fun. This was a pleasant surprise. I was like, oh, I'm really loving this stencil. I'm like a super messy stenciler. I guess I'll call myself a stenciler. I make a mess everywhere. This came together so easy. And even though all 4 stencils are on one panel, I was still able to get it done without making a mess. I used some yellow tape just to do a little bit of masking and a little bit of mint tape, and it all came together and it lines up very well, as you can see. Lines up easily. Love that. Alrighty, crafters. For all you moms out there, have a happy, wonderful Mother's Day. I'm not sure if I'm going to have another video before Mother's Day. Hopefully, I'll have a good one too. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for watching. This is a great one for Mother's Day. Alrighty, crafters. Until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.